What is going on, everybody? It is Dylan with DFS, bringing you a brand new video. Today's video, I'm going over Week 17's Thursday Night Showdown on DraftKings and Fanduel. What I basically do is break these videos down, just go over some of the price comparisons and the opportunities that you get on both sites. And then I go over values, and I go over just at the end of the video, just a quick example lineup based off some of the players I like, and see if you guys like those players as well. So let's get into it, and let's go down and find our values. Values is what's important when you do these showdowns, because if you think that the highest salaried are going to be the highest projected, like Dak, CeeDee Lamb, Tony Pollard, Zeke, Malik Willis, you're going to need to find value. The interesting thing on the slate, though, is we could be down two of the top four salaried players. Derrick Henry, doubtful. Does not sound like they are too optimistic to get him in this game. Does not look good for the Titans at all. And then Tony Pollard has missed practice. So this video is being done on Wednesday, so there could be some news that comes out today if Tony Pollard is in or out, especially in practice. So look for that news to change. But as of right now, it looks like Zeke might be the starting running back. So that is crucial, only having two of the top four guys in salary-wise. So let's try to find value. Value on DraftKings, I find anything 3K and under. Sometimes there's just not any play, so value kind of changes in price. But on a slate like today, or tomorrow, that is, we do get some value. So if Derrick Henry is gone, running back position wise, apparently I went too far. Hassan Haskins is going to be the running back if Derrick Henry is gone. It seems like they might go Chestnut, but it looks like Haskins is going to be that guy that fills in. And I think it's crazy if Derrick Henry is gone. I mean, if you look at the prices of some of the players on DK, they're like, there's not a lot of pay up options. I mean, it's Malik Willis at 86, and it drops down all the way to 5,400 Treylon Burks. That's if Derrick Henry is out. So, with that being said, going down to 3K, Hoskins at 3K is the ultimate value. Dallas gives up a ton of yards to running backs. They don't give up a lot of fantasy points, though. Only 6 touchdowns allowed to running backs through the ground this year. So it's not like Haskins is a bad play. Getting the starting running back, hopefully the starting running back at 3K is ridiculous on DraftKings. We can go and find him on Fanduel. And he's down here at 6K. So both sites, usually Fanduel is pretty good about accounting for injuries. If a player looked hurt, they usually will bump someone like Haskins up. So yeah, we're just watching the Derrick Henry news. Yet again, this video is on Wednesday, so news could change. But if Derrick Henry is out, or if you start to see that he's going to be on a limited role, anything like that, Haskins is definitely a play at 3K. He's almost a free play in essence. And then we get Jake Ferguson here. So I'm not in love with playing Dallas is second and third string tight end, but we've seen them get games where they have points, even with Dalton Schultz in, both Ferguson and Hendershot. If you look, Hendershot gets that touchdown in week 15, week 12 he gets a rushing touchdown. Other than that, it's been Ferguson that's been getting any type of volume behind Dalton Schultz. But at 2,400 in a slate to where, as of right now, Tennessee's without Ryan Tannehill. They could be without Derrick Henry. They're left with Malik Willis, who I'm a Malik Willis guy. I feel confident in saying I want to see Malik Willis get an opportunity. And granted, you look at his numbers against Houston, Kansas City. Like, it's nothing to go, oh man, like this guy is going to be something to give Tannehill a competition for. It's his rookie year. That team is just not really set up right now for his style as a quarterback. But I do like the opportunity that they get. So Jake Ferguson down there at 2,400. The running backs for Tennessee, Chestnut, I think even if Hoskins is the starter, Chestnut is definitely playable, as well as at 1,400. Overall, I think Dallas is going to have a very strong game. They're fighting for a really good playoff seed. So it is going to be rough without Tannehill and Derrick Henry, who that offense is built around is those two players. And we keep going down. The only other person that I have as a two guys, I guess, as value is Turpin for Dallas. Turpin the only reason I want him is because of his returner. And then Malik Davis at 200 if Tony Pollard is out. Tony Pollard is out, then yes, I like Malik Davis because he is the RB2. Zeke is probably going to get a very strong workload. But if Dallas is able to do what Dallas usually does, and they put Tennessee away pretty quick, look for Malik Davis to get some work in to rest Zeke, who I'd say overall is a very healthy running back. If you go and look at his career, very healthy running back. So try to save Zeke and get Tony Pollard healthy. Use Malik Davis, who didn't look too bad for the work he's gotten this season. That's pretty much it for values, guys. There's not a lot down there in this type of slate. Nothing that really stands out as a guy to really get into your lineup. So let's go over. And sorry, I'll go over the FanDuel prices as that as well. So T.Y. Hilton at 6,500 though is a price that I saw on FanDuel, which is kind of interesting. Austin Hooper down at 6K, even though I'm not a huge Austin Hooper guy right now. He's something to watch for. James Washington at for Dallas as well. Yet again, these are just guys that I don't really expect. Like the FanDuel prices, like you get all the third string, fourth string wide receivers for Dallas: Noah Brown, T.Y. Hilton, James Washington, all those guys at a very huge discount. Malik Davis there at 5,500. Julius Chestnut at 5,500 as well. So those are just some guys there. So now let's go over our pay-ups. So CeeDee Lamb obviously being the number one guy to get to. Him and Dak have been having a very strong connection, as you can see on the screen lately, of just really popping off. The interesting thing to me, though, is just in these last 5 games that you see, he's gotten 20 points or more in 4 out of the 5, but he's only gotten a touchdown in 2 of the games, which means he's not as touchdown dependent as some other players are. Got a very good matchup in this game. I think him and Michael Gallup are due for a huge game. Dak as well. And CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott. Like, yeah, I want these guys in the lineup. I want the Dallas side that's a strong favorite now with Derrick Henry being out. I want these guys in my lineup. So both CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, if you go and look on FanDuel, it's kind of the flip-flop. Dak is 2,500 more than CeeDee Lamb on this slate, meaning FanDuel really expects Dak Prescott and that passing offense to explode. Zeke at 8,800. If Tony Pollard is out, I mean, Zeke becomes a very good play. You go and look, and he is just on the biggest touchdown streak we've seen since like Jamal Williams in the beginning of the season, of just getting touchdown after touchdown, always getting that red zone work. So even if Tony Pollard is in, Zeke is always getting those red zone touches, which make him a little dangerous. Malik Willis, I mentioned recently that I like Malik Willis. I want to see him, use his legs. But in a game against this type of defense, I don't know if we're going to get that. They really haven't. You can look at his rushing yards for the games he started. They really haven't used him in that aspect that much. I think a lot of us thought that we would see the dual threat be kind of unleashed, of let him scare teams with his legs. Not saying that his arm talent is the greatest, because it's not, but he is able to throw the ball pretty efficiently and be mobile at the same time. So I do like Malik Willis. I don't think I'm going to get to him as much as I'd like to. At 8,600 for a starting quarterback, though, that is a good price. On FanDuel, we go look at it. It's 14. I don't think on FanDuel I can afford to pay $14,000 for Malik Willis in this pretty tough matchup. Michael Gallup, Dalton Schultz, both these guys I do like as well. Like, I'm fine with a big Dallas stack in this game, especially given their defense as well. But Michael Gallup, Dalton Schultz, Tennessee, another team that is very bad against tight ends. Michael Gallup as well as CeeDee Lamb have a very good matchup. I think if I'm targeting wide receivers for Dallas, I'm just targeting these two. The only reason I'm targeting these two is because Dallas has depth at wide receiver now. They have Noah Brown, who has been, I think, very good for Dallas in the role that he's played. T.Y. Hilton gets that huge catch for Dallas, which was honestly, I think, a game changer in that. And then as well as that, you get, James Washington here at 200, who really hasn't been involved since returning to the team, but they have depth. They have depth at wide receiver, so I don't know if I want to play anybody besides Michael Gallup and CeeDee Lamb. Obviously, if you're playing 150 lines, you're going to want some exposure to any of these wide receivers for Dallas, just because of how poor Tennessee secondary has been. And they haven't been terrible as of late, but overall, throughout the season has not been impressive. Okanoa, who every week I hope that I say his name right, I would normally say like it is a fairly good play, but he is not. He has been the tight end to get some points, but this is just a rough matchup for him. I do like Treylon Burks though on the Tennessee side, even with Malik Willis throwing to him. Obviously, 3 targets in the last 2 weeks, gets the touchdown though against Philly. But him getting healthy, I hope that Tennessee uses him. Robert Woods, it seems like, has been the guy, though, that they've kind of passed the ball to the majority of the time. Westbrook, I'm not interested in this slate. I just don't think he has a very good matchup. I would lean towards Treylon Burks, if anything. Robert Woods is a secondary if you can't afford Treylon Burks and you want a Tennessee player in your lineup. And then we go to kickers. Yes, I want both kickers in my lineup. I would especially like Bill Maher in over Tennessee's kicker, who I believe is Bullock. Like, I don't think that should duck, right? Yeah. So it is Bullock. I don't love it. I think if Tennessee gets some points, it is Bullock. But if they're not able to move the ball, I just like Brett Maher. I think Dallas moves the ball. Maybe Tennessee gets some stops, which it's still Mike Vrabel's defense, so anything could happen there. He could be in a good spot to get some points. I mentioned Austin Hooper. I just don't like it in this slate. And then I forgot the Cowboys defense is all the way up here at 5,800. We've seen how dominant they've been some of these games this season. This is a very good opportunity for them to get some sacks, get some picks against a rookie quarterback with not a lot of talent, I'd say, right now around him. Obviously potentially missing Derrick Henry is a huge thing for him. But, Treylon Burks, a rookie. Robert Woods, I think way past his prime. Not a lot there to help him out. The Dallas defense at 5,800, I'm definitely okay with paying up for it at 5,800. We go and look at some of these guys that I just talked about on Fanduel and, find those opportunities. So, like, Treylon Burks on Fanduel is $11K. I think that's too expensive for me to pay for him. I think if he was 10 or less, probably around 9.95, I'd be okay with that. Dallas's defense here at 10,000, I'm definitely okay with paying up for. Michael Gallup, Brett Maher, you get at 95 and 9,000. I think both of those guys at those prices are playable. Dalton Schultz, you get at an even more discount at 8,500. And then we mentioned some of the guys for Dallas earlier. Noah Brown, T.Y. Hilton, James Washington, Ferguson, all those guys you get at a discount. And then Hoskins at 6,000 on FanDuel, and DraftKings 3,000 is definitely a discount value play. So let's plug it in and see what we can do. So I want Hoskins. I think he's a great value play for us today. And captain, I'm going to captain Dak right now and see what we can do. So I want CeeDee, I want Zeke, I want Dallas's defense. We're left with 5,100, and we could go Robert Woods on that side. We already have a Tennessee player. We could go Dallas's kicker and go Brett Maher and stack Dallas, getting the number 1 quarterback, the number 1 receiver, the number 1 running back, and their defense. And on the flip side, getting the running back for Tennessee, and then getting the kicker for Dallas. So that's just an example. I actually do really like that as of right now. And then let's go to FanDuel. Let's captain Dak as well. Let's try to see if we could get Zeke and Lamb in a line and still be good. We mentioned we liked Hoskins, so we get 8,500, and we can afford someone like a Dalton Schultz in the lineup as well. So both of these I like. Obviously, like I said, I'm probably stacking a lot of Dallas players in lineup, so that's pretty much where I'm at with that. So hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I will have a video going out either Saturday or Sunday for cash plays on the main slate. So if you guys are interested in that, just hit the sub button. That way when I post it, you see it, and hopefully helps you out there. So I will see you guys in the next one.